Nadine's Corner is in the city of Cape Town. Come join me. Like I said, it is Nadine's Corner Presents, and we officially back in Cape Town. Not Quebec this time, it is Cape Town. And on the hot seat today, we officially have Khaya Mthethwa.
Thank you for having me, Nadine.
You are so welcome.
Cool.
How have you been?
I've been fantastic. Great start to the year. It's been absolutely, it's good to be in the mother city. Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing.
First of all, if you have no idea who this man is, what are you doing with your life? Okay. He's been on Idols, yes. I know he's an independent pastor in Durban at the Oasis Church.
Sure.
And then he's doing individual projects and he's doing mentoring.
Yeah.
As well. New to your portfolio, I guess. Hey?
I'm humble, thank you.
He's trying to be humble. We know who he is. If you don't know who he is, well, Google him. Google him, okay? You will find him. He pops up. And then on that note, you have an objective for being in Cape Town.
Sure.
Tell us about that.
I'm part of the team that works on the Jesus Collective, and I've been brought on. I think it's going to be my second year now, being part of this incredible team. And this weekend, we've been doing a lot of songwriting, preparing for the year ahead. There's an album that's coming out in March, so it's been absolutely amazing. Great energy, great talented people that I've met in the last couple of weeks and last couple of months actually that I've been on this team. Great atmosphere, you don't find a lot of places where there's just a great energy. There's openness, there's oneness, there's a platform for creativity to flow, and for us to encourage one another and help each other develop in our craft.
Yeah. Which is rare to find, especially in the church sector.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of, but I've soon discovered here that there's just a group of people that want to just impact the communities that they come from and make a change, encourage, and spread the gospel and be a light in the times that we're living in.
And of course, I think it's not hidden that your portfolio is diversified.
Yeah.
So what made you actually, because I'm sure you have many other options, let's be real.
Sure.
So the intention of joining Jesus Collective, how did that come about?
I've seen them perform a couple of places, and obviously I know a couple of people. I got a call from Loyi Sobala. Look, there's a team. They just wanted to bring me in just to do a song, and I came in and I did 1 or 2 or 3 shows with them, and then we had a conversation that I think I'm a bit older now. I'm no longer excited by projects and whatever. So I'm more inclined to do things that have got a purpose. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? And one of the things that attracted me to the Jesus Collective is their mind of community. We can sing in big platforms. We did stuff in the hood, like we did stuff where artists don't go, like we want to be in the city, we want to be at ICC, we don't want to go, to the communities where we really will find people that are really broken and that they're really looking for answers. So when I saw them go into the actual communities and actually do the work, and it's harder to be there, than it is to do glitz and glamorous things, that drew my heart, because I felt like I'm doing something that's meaningful with my time. Rather, anyone can put up a show that's fancy and whatever, but not a lot of people are willing to go where no one goes, to help and to spread the gospel and to encourage. So it's given me a platform to go into communities that I would have naturally or normally haven't been exposed to, and I absolutely loved that.
I was actually invited to one of the shows for the first time. You guys performed at Word of Faith, PE. Mm-hmm. So I was there at one of the shows.
Sure.
The other thing I wanted to ask you is, as an artist, you in secular,
sure,
as well as a Christian,
sure,
setting.
Yeah.
The transition, is there a transition or is it just an individual procession?
I've always been an artist. I don't like labeling. I'm a gospel artist, I'm a pop artist. No, I'm an artist. So wherever I find myself, I want my creative life to have its emphasis. Do you know what I mean? So I've realized that a lot of people can box themselves for no reason. Also, the industry box us. Also, church can box you. How are you singing non-Christian music? No. I'm using my gift. What's the point of me being light in a church? There's light already in a church. I have to be light outside of the church. I'm working right now on a project with Zakes Bantwini. He's going to be releasing another project after the Osama big blow that happened last year. So there's a lot of there's a lot of people I'm working with currently that are outside of my norm, and I'm excited about those projects because I get to express my musicality outside from praise and worship.
I think that's important to bring in, because as artists, I think upcoming artists as well, they look up to guys like you, and they kind of feel guilty for doing the crossover.
I respect people that are willing to express them. I've met a lot of artists in the industry that don't do gospel music. DJs, hip hop guys, Amapiano boys, lots of Amapiano boys. You'll find them at church, you know what I mean? But they're in the club Saturday night, but Sunday morning they're at church, do you know what I mean? And church people might find a disconnect with that somehow, but I don't. I feel like as long as their lives display the life of Christ, why would we bother judging them? Also, music belongs to God. It was stolen by the enemy in any manner. God is the author of music. He created what music is. So we must use it and be involved in it in every facet that we can, so that we can bring light to those areas.
And coming back to the Jesus Collective and you being a pivotal role within in the sector, and I think the conceptualization of lyrics, also the skill and the dynamic of writing music, the implementation and the execution as well. So you bringing that skill within the Christian sector, how important is that? I mean, I know there's a term that's used, serving.
Look.
And it's like abused. Let's bring that up.
So I think that there has to be a part of us that has to express our serving in a very dynamic and professional way. We have to grow the level that we present our crafts, so that it can attract even people that would have not necessarily been attracted to it. A lot of our Christian music is not attractive because we're not putting work into it. We're not putting the money that we need to put into it. We're not putting the time that we need to put into it. And then you find that we are not reaching the audiences that we could potentially reach because we just simply fail to put in the extra work so that it can reach people it wouldn't necessarily reach. I've had people approach me and say, I don't like Christian music, but when you sang that song, and that's what I live for. I live for those conversations, because that means there is something in us, because music is spirit. It has no language, it has no barrier. So if it's done in a way that it's supposed to be done, and it can reach into someone's soul whom you would have never reached, and all it needs is just time. So what we're doing here with Jesus Collective is investing time in that craft, and to write songs that are not just going to reach the Christian community, but that are going to reach the world.
The world, of course, that's the aim. The other thing, for the little girl or the teenage boy that's writing down lyrics in their A4 notebook and thinking that it will never be seen, it will never be heard, how will they get in the rooms with key decision makers? What do you have to say to that person?
Start where you are. I marvel at people that want bigger platforms, but they're failing to maximize the little ones that they're on. My music career began in church. Nobody knew me. Nobody thought of me. I led worship at my church for 10 years. Never took a gig, never traveled, never missed a Sunday. My parents went on holiday, I'd stay behind and lead worship on a Sunday morning. You know what I mean? And I believe that it's the faithfulness of doing the little that I can with the little that I have, and somehow God begins to open doors. People would walk into our church, they would have ordinary walked in like, hey, there's something special about you. I think you need to work with so and so. Everything that has happened in my life was birthed from the little platform that I had, and I feel like that little girl, that little boy, find the little platform that you have, whether it's in school, not everybody's in church, whether it's in church, I don't know where you are, and the little platform that you have, the faithfulness that you'll have on that little platform, there's always a door on that little platform. that will lead you to the next one. But if you're only just waiting for the biggest day to come, it might never come because you missed the door on the little stage that you're on.
Yeah, so be a steward of what you have now.
Absolutely.
On that note, I think we can wrap it up.
Yep.
And then how do people get hold of you? How do they book you? Where do they find you?
They can find me on social media. I'm at Khaya Mthethwa on all platforms. I've got a mighty single that we're going to release this year with Jesus Collective. It's called Kuyenzeka. All things are possible. I think this song, this song is going to change the music industry as a whole. Ngubeko Mbata wrote the song, and everywhere that we've sung it, if something just happens. You were there in PE when we sang it. We sang it as the last song. Every time I get so nervous every time I have to do it because it is rare. There's always a song of a moment in my life. I don't think I have my personal song for this moment, but the song that he's written is my personal song for this moment.
It's the banner.
Yeah.
Trademark.
Absolutely.
Look out for that. And on that note, you can find me on Nadine, Portia, Ellie, everywhere. It's been crazy, Cape Town. You've been good. What a pleasure being here. See you on the next one. Bye.